What's up, man? How's it going? It's been a minute. I'm back at it. It's Lance Sisney, and this is LSTV. So, what's been going on? I'd like to take this time to say peace, Coy. Thanks for being with us. And I hope everybody's doing good out there. Summer's on. It's hot out there. It's, it's what you can expect. I don't think it's really any different other than sort of the expectations, I guess. We live in this air-conditioned world now where we expect comfort in every section of our lives, but that doesn't necessarily become the reality. So we have to deal with some hardships in this earth still. Earth's a very harsh environment, and we're just hanging on to this rock like some little pieces of bacteria spin around outer space in this hostile environment. But I hope you guys are doing all right. The thing that gets to me, the reason I want to make these videos and talk to you is see the inconsistencies and the illogical statements that sometimes get made in the news and the media, and things that I don't necessarily think people pick up on. So I look at Twitter a lot. That's the problem. It's just people just commenting randomly. I guess that's what takes me off, is these people seem to think that they know what they're talking about. And sometimes it's not just regular people. These are people who they have a louder voice than most of the rest of us, and what's centered around this story is this accusation of people with classified material and the classification of documents, and why do we have to, why can't we know things, and why are they classified, and then who gets the right to know them, who gets the right to take them home, and stuff like that. I mean, it's very convoluted, but this guy says a lot in the first part here, so let's listen to this.
I guess the way in which I start to think about the case is the subject of these documents, that they are the most highly guarded U.S. secrets based on the classification markings. So this is many a top secret document. In the indictment itself, it lists 21 top secret documents. Some of them are not even just top secret, they're top secret plus because they're compartmented information that are code word programs that are so highly protected that even the code words are redacted in the indictment. And so
So he seems to know an awful lot about the material contained in these documents, but the problem that I had with it was, and I think I said it pretty well here, was that if any of that were even remotely true, this nitwit would never have been allowed to talk about it. Just like the person who is accused of taking the privileged information to an unsecure location should have not done so. This person would have never been able to come public and talk about what was in those documents. This is all a diversion tactic to keep you off balance, unable to make a logical decision. Really, it has nothing to do with the things that they're stating publicly as this national security threat. So you can imagine it's the exact opposite. This is not about anything military sensitive. It's all political, and that's the evidence right there. Is that this guy would not have been able to come out and state this kind of stuff publicly. But that's not the only example that we have of them using this sort of reverse logic on us, and that's why I feel like I have to share this with you, because it really it irritates me to no ends that they're using what we know of somewhat as our human understanding in order to confuse us, because this governor here, the California governor, Gavin Newsom, he wants to use statistics in his statement here against another governor concerning the murder rates in their states, and using that as evidence that they're doing better. But we're using statistics in ways that I think are incorrect. Okay, because when I said it's the problem is that humans understand math just enough to make ignorance its own form of logic. In California, rates are not. More people die of violence because there's more people in California. I mean, whether the rates of the population versus the rates of people who get murdered show a different statistic, technically, with just simple understanding, more people die in California. You can't help it. And I really don't even want to listen to the guy talk about it, because I can't stand his sound of his voice, because he sounds like he's the perfect politician, because you hear him and that's, I guess.
Today, Speaker McCarthy, GOP lawmakers, they'll be here in California focusing on how they feel
this isn't the one I wanted to hear. McCarthy's not the one I wanted to hear. It was Newsom. Newsom's in a different clip. I'll get to that one. But it's just, these they know what we want to hear. They know what we think, because they can simplify it in terms, but it doesn't make any sense, okay? We understand math, but they use it in ways that are incorrect, is all I'm saying. When we talk about democracy is the majority of the people making the decision, and that is not necessarily the best system either. That's why the American Constitution is a constitutional republic, because I'm not going to get into an explanation of it right now because I would take too long. But it is not a democracy, in the classical sense that everybody and it has one say in the matter, and the most of what people say is the one say in the matter is what wins. That's why it becomes to appear somewhat socialist, because the idea of a republic makes you think that the state is protecting the rights of the industry over the people, but no, the states recognize that the industry is what creates jobs for the people. So, here in another statement by this guy, Gavin Newsom, he's saying that 71% of the GDP in America is from blue counties, meaning progressive, liberal, Democrat counties. So 7 of the top 10 dependent states are red states. Okay? We're going to use his quote here to base what I'm going to say on. So he's saying that they're subsidizing red states and that progressive economic policies work. Okay? So let's say that 71% of the GDP comes from progressive Democrats. Well, then either the Democrats, the minorities, or the educated whites in the red states are either ignorant and can't get their act together, or the liberal progressive Democrats from all the blue states are responsible for all the corporate welfare, and because they're the ones, the revenue generators. Now those would be the biggest corporations. If it's 71% of the GDP comes from the blue states, that would be all those big huge corporations, and those would be the one getting all those Republican tax breaks, and those would be the one creating all this revenue. So which one is it? Is it the progressive Democrats and the minorities and the educated whites in the red states are just inadequate and they can't figure out how to flip their Senate towards this progressive state that you're talking about? Or is it the wealth generating blue states are the corporations that you say are the reason that the Republicans are the problem getting all the tax breaks? Which one is it? I mean, I don't think are we going to get to hear this guy?
This is on its way to be the fourth largest economy in the world. What do you argue for? Mississippi's economic policy? Is that literally that's what you're arguing for? If I wanted grades, if I want Kansas policy, I mean, it was a debacle. No economic growth. 71%. I would take their tax on blue counties. I would take their 1%.
I mean, he's getting to himself. So it's not just me. You hear it. I'm not making this up, okay? He says it. So which one is it? I mean, I read the tweet. We don't really have to, hear him say it again. But, that's what I'm saying. They keep on telling you one thing, and it doesn't make sense with the stance that they're taking on other things, okay? So I would love to support the idea of making the economy more fair and having more access to more wealth in more different areas of the job world. But don't sit here and tell me that the industries in just red states are, sucking up all the resources when you're saying that the ones that are getting the benefit, the profit generators, the corporations, are the ones who are getting favored from your opponent. I mean, this is a cycle. I mean, we realize that's how we start to see that it's really a one-party system, and that really they're just kind of doing this East Coast West Coast stuff on us. But I think, dang, was that the last one I had? I thought I had more clips in here than that. I really don't want to disappoint you guys because I know you guys tune in to see some good content here, but I'll see if I got one more in here because I guess that was wow, huh? I'm just appalled by this amount of this disgusting reverse psychology kind of that they're doing on us, saying that they're trying to help us when really the people who are trying to help us are the ones who are robbing. The ones who are saying that they're trying to help us are the ones who are actually robbing us. Well, with this tweet here from our president right now, he's saying that we got to win here because they did some. Ticketmaster and Live Nation will no longer hide fees from their total ticket cost after President Biden pushed for companies to ditch the junk fees. Yeah. We got a war and food prices going through the roof, but go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back over getting those concert prices fixed. Like, dude, really? Seriously? I mean, I hope you got your priorities in check, people, because I mean that's there's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know. We're gonna make it through it, but it's gonna be some crazy stuff we see in the meantime. Hey, thanks for joining in. I didn't really have much more than that this time. I appreciate you coming by to see me and everything. Come by and see me anytime. We're gonna be here as long as we can. I got a lot more content coming on. This stuff just keeps on going on and on. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you had a good time. I'm Lance Sistey. This is LSTV. I'll see you next time.